Hello, Ms. Alderton. How are you?
I'm alright, thank you.
My name is Mr. Abir. I'm your barrister. The purpose of this conference is to advise you and your solicitor accordingly regarding your bail application. The aim is to get as much information as possible in order to provide you with accurate advice, and I would like to remind you we are in a bit shortage of time as we have only 12 minutes, therefore I'll be in a bit of a rush, so please bear with me. And I'll be taking notes for my reference, do not be bothered by it, and you'll have an opportunity to ask questions after the end of the conference. I would like to assure that everything we talk about will be kept confidential. However, I would like to use the information in court. Therefore, please specify if there's anything you don't want me to mention in court. I'll first explain you the structure of the conference. I'll ask you some questions regarding your personal circumstances to help me with the bail application, then your occupation, then I'll ask you a question regarding your last night's incidents and any previous convictions you might have, and then I'll assess your strengths and weaknesses of this case and advise you accordingly. Firstly, your name is Patrice Alderhay.
Yes.
Excuse me for the pronunciation, and your date of birth, please.
It's 5th of May,
5th May.
1993.
That makes you 22 years old.
Yes.
And your address, please.
Flat 5, 23 High Street North.
23 High Street.
Yeah,
And your occupation?
I'm a student.
Student. Full-time or part-time?
Full time.
Right. Right. Is this your permanent address?
No, it's just my term time address.
Since how long are you staying there?
Since September 2015.
Right. Do you live alone or with family or
I
friends?
live with 2 other girls who are also students.
Right. You live with friends. So is there anyone who has access to your room apart from you?
There are no locks on the door of my bedroom, so the other housemates can enter, but they shouldn't.
Right. So are you aware of anyone who takes drugs?
I'm not sure, no.
I'm not sure. Right. How far is the nearest police station from your area? From your house?
It'll be the one in Newcastle, Forth Banks.
And how long will it take you to get there?
About 15 minutes.
15 minutes, right. Do you have any children?
No.
No. Is there anyone dependent on you financially or due to illness? No. Do you have any close friends or relatives living abroad?
Yes, my brother lives in Cyprus.
Cyprus. Right. Do you suffer any disabilities or require any medical conditions?
No.
No. Do you take care of anyone or involved in any sort of community service?
No.
No. Right. So as you said, you were a student. Are you employed as well?
Yes, I have a part-time job in a restaurant.
Right. So but you have part-time job at the restaurant.
Yeah.
So how many days a week do you work?
I work Thursday till Sunday.
Thursday till Sunday, and your working hours?
6 p.m. till midnight.
6 p.m. till midnight, right, okay. So regarding the incident that took place last night, you were arrested at 10 p.m. and charged with possession with intent to supply a Class B drug which was found in your room. You denied the charges.
Yeah.
Right. Where were you arrested from?
I was arrested from my home.
Do you take drugs?
No.
Previously, did you take drugs?
No.
No. At the police station, when you were interviewed in front of your instructing solicitor, you denied the charges and you said that you did not know anything regarding the drugs or the cannabis and it didn't belong to you. Therefore, you gave a no-reply interview. Any specific reason for not answering the questions at the police interview?
My solicitor advised me not to.
Right. Advice. The drugs, as far as I have known from your solicitor, drugs have been sold in 3 public places: the Pug, the King's Head, and Charlie's Bar. Are you aware of those places?
No.
Do you go to pubs?
Not those pubs.
Not those pubs. That's all right. Okay. So, do you have any previous convictions?
No.
Right. You don't have any previous convictions. So since what you have told me, what I can say is you are likely to get a unconditional bail. However, well, basically generally everyone has the right to bail. So therefore, you're likely to get an unconditional bail, but then again, I cannot say that for sure because it's on the judge and the prosecution, and the judge will decide based on the information they have. However, you kept silent at the police interview. Prosecution might argue that you kept silent because you didn't have any story to tell or anything of such nature. In regards to that, we can tell them you kept silent on the solicitor advice and you told them you didn't know that who the cannabis belonged to, and he had no idea regarding that. So therefore, there was nothing much to say. And according to police, it was for intention to supply. But we can, in those terms, we can argue that, well, they were found in your room, but they were not found on you or with you. And regarding intention of supplying, you do not go to any of those pubs.
No.
And then some other people do have access to your room as well. Therefore, it might belong to someone else. I'm not saying it does belong to someone else. It might belong to someone else. And as you have no previous convictions, you're clean. Therefore, it doesn't show any proportionality to commit such an offense. There is no likelihood to commit such an offense. Therefore, yeah. And previously, you had no offenses. Therefore, we're clean. And we can also further tell them that there are a number of merits in this case, which is, and I can tell them that the first thing that I can tell the judge that you're a person of a good character, and there are a number of merits in this case, such as number of merits in this case that you have a part-time job, you're working there, you're a full-time student as well, and no previous convictions or anything of that sort. Therefore, this should not be a problem. And yes, not be a problem. Therefore, in general, as I said before, everyone has the right to bail, but more serious aggregating factors are more likely that the judge will hesitate to give you an unconditional bail, which should not be a problem in your situation. Moreover, if the prosecution do try to impose some bail condition, we can suggest our own conditions for your bail, so that you do get a bail.
Okay.
Therefore, some of the conditions I would like to suggest would be, for example, reporting to police station. As you said, your nearest police station would be 15 minutes from your place.
Yeah.
Therefore, will it be convenient for you to go and report to the police station certain number of days at your convenience?
Yes.
Are you aware of the opening times of your local police station?
No, I'm not, but I can find out.
We can find that out. So reporting to the police station will not be a problem for you. Right. Sorry. And although I do know that you do not go to any of those bars as stated, therefore, but just in case, if the prosecution say that you do go there or anything like that, will it be okay to stay out of that area?
Yes.
If the prosecutor brings it up, I can say that we can ask you to stay out of the area.
Yes.
That should be fine.
Yeah.
Right. And as the drugs were found in your place and you were not involved at it anyway, however, will it be possible for you to live anywhere else or with anyone?
No, not for the foreseeable future.
Right, so that is not a good idea, and you have your university as well. And however, you do have family abroad, and previously you did not have any offences. And however, the prosecution might try to argue that because you have family abroad, you might try to go there and breach the bail conditions if they're imposed or anything. Therefore, if you're required to provide all your details to the police, like basic details, name, address and all, and surrender your passport till travel, that'd be okay.
Yes.
You'll be handed back in immediately after it's done. Yes. Later on, if you think that the bail conditions are too difficult to comply with, it shouldn't be a problem. If you think it's too difficult to comply with, then it won't be a problem. We can apply to the court for them to be varied at a later date. And by any chance, if the bail is denied, which is unlikely, but again it is depending on the judge you have, we can make a further application which can be around a week later, or after a week, or within a week, after a week. But then, as you have a job already, and we wouldn't like to you to get interrupted with your job, therefore if it's a matter of urgency, we can apply to the magistrate's court to give the certificate of full argument explaining what happened, and we can apply to the Crown Court, which is a higher court, immediately, and that is pretty quick. Do you understand everything I've explained to you?
Yes.
Is there any questions you would like to ask?
No.
No. Right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.